Cat Jones won't get out of the camera, so she's gonna be in this video. Well, it's a good thing I smashed my face up because I really liked the headband that I bought at Walmart to hide my stitches. And she doesn't like to be held. She's a feral cat that I rescued. There you go. So anyway, I really liked the head wrap that I bought, but they only had one kind, and I looked up the brand online, and they only had the one fabric. So I figured out how to make them. I took it apart to figure out how to make them and decided to make some. So when I couldn't sleep last night, because you know sometimes I can't sleep, yesterday I drove into Prescott and bought a bunch of fabric, and the fabric comes like 58 wide, and you buy how many yards you want, and I was just buying a foot. So to make these you need like 10 inches or 8 inches or 12 inches depending on how wide you want it. This was made 10 inches wide, I believe. This one, I'm sorry, 12 inches wide by 22 inches for a rectangle. And so with a foot of fabric, you have 2 of these rectangles. So with each foot of fabric, I made a big wide one, and I made a smaller 8-inch one, which when you fold it in half to make the wrap, the 8-inch one makes a 4-inch. And I did try doing a 4-inch rectangle to make a 2-inch headband, and I didn't like it so much. Maybe 6-inch would be better. But anyway, I'm going to make a video and show you how to make this knotted headband, and it's all one piece, and you could wear it with the turban knot in the front or wrapped around in the back. I'll just throw it around now. This is what the knot looks like, and you sew it like that, and then when you turn it inside out, it turns into this pretty knot. So when you wear it backwards, so it's a good thing I busted my face up, because had I not been wearing a scarf to hide my face, I wouldn't have realized how much I like these head wraps. So you can wear it like that with the knot in the back, and you can wear it with your hair down and just have that. You could have bangs down, you could have some hair out. So there's so many different ways you can wear them. And I just love them because they keep all my hair off my face, which is nice in this hot Arizona sun, you know. So that's it. I hope you enjoy the video. Sorry if you had to be grossed out by my bruising here, but I'm just excited and wanted to make this video for you. Enjoy. Okay, the first step is choosing your fabric. It has to be a knit, like a stretchy knit fabric, because it has to stretch to get over your head. So these were both, and the knit fabrics don't fray like the plain cotton ones do or the silky ones do. They do make silky ones that stretch, but they fray. So make sure it's a cotton spandex mix. Or I think this one was a polyester spandex. So it has to stretch for you. When you have them cut the fabric, tell them you want a foot, and you'll end up with a piece that's a foot by 58 inches or 48 inches or however long the fabric is on the bolt. So this will be enough for you to make a wide one, and then also a thin one or 2 thin ones. This particular fabric, when I had them cut this, I had them give me just 10 inches of it. So I'm going to leave it at 10 inches. So folded, it'll be like a 5-inch wrap, 5-inch wide band. So I'm going to leave it at 10 inches. So I'm going to cut mine 10 inches by 22 inches. All right, I'm done with the cutting. It's 22 inches wide by 10 inches long. And you'll see it wants to roll up. And that's okay because we're going to sew it. We're just going to close it up like a shirt sleeve. So you're going to fold it exactly in half. And you're going to, because it rolls, you're going to have to keep adjusting it as it goes through your sewing machine. So we're going to do that now. All right, so I have it lined up. And I'm here by myself, so I'm going to try my best. To record it here while I hold the phone. So you have to make sure the bottom and the top are lined up the best you can. You have to have it on your zigzag stitch. So I have it on this first gray zigzag stitch on my sewing machine. The reason you need the zigzag stitch is because if you use a straight stitch, it will not stretch for you. So now I'm just going to go down this whole 22-inch length with the zigzag. I just got to put the phone down so I can line this up, guys. Stretchy fabric. I found that it wants to sneak down into the bobbin hole there. I don't know if it has a more official name other than bobbin hole, but I make sure this fabric is over at least to that line so it doesn't tend to go under. It's not marked by inches, so I don't know how far that is. So it doesn't have to be accurate or at a certain spot because this is just how wide your band is. So if it's a little thinner than mine or a little wider than mine, that's fine. So you're going to do the zigzag stitch the whole length. And you have to keep making sure that your bottom isn't rolled under, that your sides are lined up. Remember to go backwards and forwards with your first when you start it. And then just go all the way down. It's going to take forever with one hand, so I'm going to put the phone down here. I can't do this with one hand. Forgive me. And when you get to the end, you're going to go backwards again. See, it wanted to get stuck in the bobbin compartment there. All right, then you take it out. All right, so now you have like a inside out sleeve. So now you have to turn it right side out. So I definitely can't do that with one hand. So just turn it right side out. Have it right side out. The seam, lay it down so the seam is like in the middle. And then you're actually going to fold it in half so the seam is on the outside. So you can see the seam on the outside. That's important. And then your open ends, you're going to flip it upside. You're going to have your open ends up. All right, I'm just going to lay it out so my seams are in the middle. Because right now, this is wider than this. And it has to be in the middle. Have it laid down, folded in half with the seam all the way through. The seam is on the outside. Okay, here's my open edges. So the seam's in the middle. I got to take this seam that's in the middle and bring it to the edge. Take the seam that's in the middle and bring it to the edge of that piece this piece that's in the back. So there's the seam. So now the piece that was in the front, this piece that was in the front, the left side of it is lined up with the middle of the back. Okay? This is going to get folded in back. This one's going to get folded in front. So if you want, you can fold this in front first if that's easier. That's fine. And then the other one's going to get folded in the back. That one gets folded in the front. And you don't have to worry about what the rest is doing because that'll fall into place. You just have to worry about this because this is where you're stitching. The rest will just do what it's supposed to do. So you want to keep it lined up at the top and then we're gonna fold the other one behind with one hand. It'll be easier for you because you'll have two hands. Okay, that's it. So then line those all up. Mine look pretty good. This one I'm going to do about there. Now this one, this is how tight the band will be on your head. It's better to start loose because then you can always bring it over and go smaller. So I'm going to go there because that's what I've been doing for my head. You don't want the band to be too snug. If the band is too snug, it's going to keep riding up on your head. It doesn't have to be snug. It's not going to go anywhere. It just needs to sit on your head. All right. So now take it off your zigzag because now you need the straight stitch. I have it on this gray one. All right. Now I have a heavy duty needle. You cannot go through all this fabric with a normal needle. So for the first part and this, I have my heavy duty needle in. And I'm just going to stitch this. And you see I'm not going to go in reverse because it's such a small piece that actually now that I'm at the end, I'm just going to go in reverse and go backwards on the whole piece. And then I'll go forward again on the whole piece. That would help if I put the foot down, huh? All right. It's hard because I'm doing it with one hand. I'm going to do a better job and put the phone down here. All right, so this is what I just sewed. You don't have to worry about finishing this edge because it doesn't unravel because the type of fabric it is. So now the seam is on the shows on your headband. So you're just going to turn it so you don't see that seam. And when you turn that so you don't see that seam, the knot happens on its own. Here it is. I'm just going to lay this flat. There it is, guys. I'll move the fabric behind it so you could see it. I had to cut all my loose threads off here. But that's the knot. It's very pretty. So this one I started with 10 inches and it's got to be, well, it should be like 4.5 inches because the seam. And there's the knot. It's beautiful. Love it. All right. Thumbs up if you like this video, if you found it helpful. If I didn't explain anything well enough, please leave it in the comments and I will answer any questions and help you all I can. All right. Thanks, guys.